First of all, name of Allah. Hi. In this CSS tutorial, we will learn about CSS border image property. In body section, we will use heading level 2 and close the heading level 2. Heading CSS border image. Underneath heading level 2, we will use open P element and close the P element. Now we will use the border CSS. In head section, we will use internal CSS, open style tag and close the style tag. In between style tag, we will use CSS property and property. Open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces, we will use CSS property and property value. First, we use border column 10px solid transparent semicolon and save the file. In P element, we will use class plus values and equal double quotes. In between double quotes, we will use b selector, which we used in internal CSS. Now we will use border hyphen image colon URL parentheses. In between parentheses, we will use image. I already save image in root folder. Image name, root folder, open. So we will use this image. Right click on it, property, type of file .jpeg and size 14.2 KB, size on disk 16.0 KB. So we will use this image dummy. Image, root folder name, / and dummy.jpg, picture format and semicolon. Save the file, go to the browser and refresh the page. Space, save the file, go to the browser and refresh the page. Adding views, gap between heading colon 15px semicolon. Save the file, go to the browser and refresh the page. Internet Explorer 10 and earlier version do not support the border image property. Middle section of the image are stretched the create a border. So we will use the 30 stretch for middle section of the image are stretched. So open Notepad++ and we will use 30 round. Instead round, we will use stretch. Save the file, go to the browser and refresh the page. As you can see, we use the middle section of the image are stretched to create a border. We used 30 stretch. The border image property is actually a shorthand property for the border image source, border image slice, border image width, border image outset and border image repeat properties. Now we will learn about CSS border image different slice values. In Body section we will use heading level 1 and close the heading level 1, heading CSS border image different size values. Underneath heading level 1 we will create element and close the element, copy 3 times. Now we will use CSS on these B elements. Underneath B, period cut we use B1, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use copy this CSS property and value and paste into B1, paste, and we will use 50 round and clean stretch and remove. Now we will use period package and use B2, open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will paste the CSS property and value in B2 and change its value 20% round, and now we will use create a third selector B3, period vector and selector use B3, open curly braces and close curly braces and paste into B2 CSS property and property value 30% round. Now we will use this B2 selector, B1 selector and B3 selector in P elements. Open class attribute equal double quotes, in between double quotes we will use first selector B1 as it is, class attribute use equal double quotes, in between double quotes selector B2, and class attribute use equal double quotes, in between double quotes B3. Image same used which we used in B selector. Let's save the file, go to the browser and refresh the page. As you can see, we use the first 50 round slices and its corner, as you can see, corner, and in second we use 20%, in third 30%. We can write in P1 is 50 round, and in second 20% round, in third 30% round. Save the file, go to the browser and refresh the page. 50 round and 20% round and 30% round border. CSS border image property allows we to specify an image to be used instead of the normal border around an element. The property has three parts: the image to use the border, as we used where to slice the image, define whether the middle section be repeated or stretched. The border image property takes the image and slices it into the 9 section like a tic-tac-toe board. It then places the corner at the corner and the middle section are repeated or stretched as we specify. For border image to work, the element also needs a border property set. The middle section of the image are repeated to create the border.